Hi, my name's Brian Hayward, and I'm a retired chemical engineer, and I have pretty serious osteoarthritis in both of my hands. They're pretty knurled up and it causes a lot of pain. And I've had great results with CBD, but people I talk to don't seem to feel the same way about it. They talk about it being too expensive and not working anyway. And so I was a little surprised to hear that. So I started to search on the internet to try to find out what was there, that maybe information I could learn about exactly how CBD works and why it works, because I have a technical background as a chemical engineer, but I really didn't know much about it other than the fact that it worked well for me. So then what happened is that when I went on the internet was really no help, because most of what you find on the internet is marketing people who are not technical, and they're not medical people, and they've got no interest in the details on it. They're just really in the business to make money, and I didn't really want to talk to those people. And so what I did was that I started to work on the internet to find the medical people who did research on CBD, and there actually are a lot of high quality medical people whose sole interest is to help to make people better. And so I've learned a lot from the medical research community. There's a lot of white papers out there that talk exactly about what CBD does and what it doesn't do, and why it works so well for certain people. And so I've done a lot of that study. I think I've got some answers on that, which I'll do in the next slide. So what I'm talking about next is that why CBD doesn't work for, or hasn't worked for, many people. And the main reason is that a lot of the CBD products that are on the market are not quality. And by quality, I mean essentially full flower versus isolate. Full flower is similar term for full flower is full spectrum. Full spectrum CBD is from the whole flower. CBD isolate, on the other hand, is just the isolated molecules of CBD, which are very inexpensive to produce. And so it's really cheap to sell people CBD isolate. The problem with that is that CBD isolate doesn't work. The CBD requires the full flower, all the different compounds that are in the full flower that the flower and the plant, the hemp plant, makes in order to protect itself from the outside world. And lucky for us that the full flower, all of those compounds that the flower, the plant makes, really work well to protect us too. So the key is that you want to have full spectrum or full flower CBD, not isolate. And then the second thing that's terms that you kind of want to understand also is CBD from the flower, the plant, or CBD from seeds. Many times people talk about hemp oil and hemp seed oil. Hemp oil can be a lot of different things. Hemp seed oil is when they have the seeds of the hemp plant that have absolutely no CBD in them, and they squeeze that, they get an oil that actually has some omega fatty acids in it, and so there are some good things about it, but there's no CBD in hemp seed oil. So you will frequently see hemp seed oil or hemp oil on a label, and that generally means there's no CBD in this product. But you think there is, because they call it hemp and they call it oil. So hemp seed oil in particular has nothing of any real value to you in it. The next thing that I think that happens often is that the product is diluted. So unless you understand what you should have for CBD quantity in the product, then you don't know if you're getting something that's like got a little bit of CBD in it and a bunch of other things that are cost nothing for them to put in there. So it's very easy to confuse the whole concept of what's a quality product. The marketing is so confusing. And then, so there's a lot of dilute product out there anyways. And then the other thing is that the majority of the CBD that's sold in the United States and essentially throughout the whole world comes from foreign sources, generally China and other countries that do not regulate CBD, and because they don't regulate the hemp that people produce CBD from. So hemp is a really good plant to remove all of the contaminants in soil. So all over the world they use hemp plants to plant on a crop that's like worn out the farm material, the farm earth, and they end up with they put CBD in there, and the farmland can be full of contaminants of heavy metals, pesticides, all kinds of things like that. And the hemp that you're getting in the United States from other outside countries actually has a lot of pesticides and heavy metals in it. And there's a lot of studies about that show that it's very dangerous to be buying just the regular old CBD that you think you're buying when you're buying it on the internet is not what you really think you're getting. So the important thing is how can you determine what is a quality product? So what I've found is that if you check the label on a CBD product, there are 4 key items that you can check on that label that will tell you whether it's likely to be a quality product or not. And so wherever you buy your CBD, if you can look at a label, you can tell whether or not it's going to be a quality product. And the way you do that is that on a label, there are certain things that they describe on the label. And it's kind of a bit of a process that I have in my next video on exactly what you need to do. But there's 4 key items on the label. If you check these 4 key items, you'll be able to determine whether or not it's a quality product. So if you subscribe to our channel and you start looking at some of the other videos, there'll be a video on there about simply the 4 key items to check on a label. And you can go to our website and learn more about our business. I represent a farm in the state of Massachusetts and a farm in Vermont. And these 2 farms are state regulated, and they produce organic product that is high quality organic products. I know the farmers. I talk to them. I've been to their farms. I know what they're producing, and they come from farm families. Both of these farmers come from long lines of farmers, not marketing people, not salespeople. They come from farmers, and they believe in quality product. And so I only source from these particular 2 local farms for the products that I have. So if you want to look at some of the things that I have at some point, you don't need to now, but at some point, you want to check out our website at naturalwellnessboston.com. And right down below here, you can see that that this is the location of my business, and my phone number's here. You can call or text me if you want. You can send me an email, and you can go to the website. I don't mind hearing from people anytime. I'm on the East Coast, so just be aware of what time it might be on the East Coast. But generally, I'm available, so please try taking a look at contacting me and going to the website to learn. But there'll be another video that you can look at that will give you the information on what are the 4 key items to look for on the label. I also have a video on how to determine what price you should pay for CBD. That's very tricky, and no one in the industry wants to tell you. I'll tell you about it. It's pretty simple, but you just need to understand what the difference between technical and marketing is out there. So I'll be happy to help you with that too. So please subscribe to the channel and take a look at some of the other videos. Thank you so much.